Welcome to the Sauce and Gravy channel. This is Johnny Mac, the Gravy Guy. In this recipe tutorial, I'm going to walk you through how to make a lasagna with a bolognese and a bechamel sauce. We'll start off first with the bolognese sauce. It's an easy sauce, but it does take some time to make. Round up a high-sided saucepan, put it over medium heat, and add 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of olive oil. When the oil's hot, you'll add half of a cup or 50 grams of each of the following: diced carrots, diced celery, and diced white onion. Sweat these veggies for 8 to 10 minutes until they're tender and soft. If you like your veggies well pronounced in the sauce, dice them. If you don't want to see them in the sauce, use a food processor or a grater to mince them. When the vegetables are done, you can move them to the side of the pan with a spatula, making a well in the center. Next, you'll add the meat to the center of the pan over medium to high heat. Half of a pound or approximately 250 grams of minced pork and 1 pound or roughly about 500 grams of ground beef. Break the meat up into small bite-sized pieces and cook it all the way through. The next step in the sauce making process is to deglaze the pan with 1 cup or 250 milliliters of white wine. Your burner should be over medium to high heat. Use a spatula to stir and reduce the wine until it's almost all gone. After a few minutes, you can move right along with adding 1 15-ounce can or 425 grams of tomato sauce. Stir and mix well into the meat and veggie mixture. Once it's well mixed, you can add 2 cups or roughly 500 milliliters of water. Add a pinch of salt and a dash of black pepper. Bring it all to a simmer over medium to high heat. Whenever it starts to simmer, you can reduce the heat and put a lid on top cracked open. Gently simmer the sauce for 1 hour. Occasionally stir the sauce and check the liquid level. If it's low, you can always add a touch more. After 1 hour, this is what you should have. There's a light simmer. There should be a fair amount of liquid. Give it a quick mix. So now you'll start your second reduction period by adding another 4 cups or 1,000 milliliters of water. The process, it's the same as before. Turn your burner to medium-high heat, bring it all to a light simmer. Turn the heat back to low, put a lid on top, crack it open, and gently simmer for another hour. After the second reduction period, this is what you should have. There's a little less liquid, and the meat and veggies, they're starting to break down into the sauce. But we're not quite finished yet. There's 1 more reduction period for the sauce making process. Add another 4 cups or 1,000 milliliters of water to the sauce. And again, it's the usual process. Bring it to a light simmer over medium to high heat. Once it starts to simmer, turn the heat down to low and gently simmer for 1 more hour. Crack the lid on for the first 30 minutes and then remove it for the second half of the reduction period. Periodically stir, and you want the sauce to become thick, so do not add additional water unless necessary. But check it out, after 3 hours, this is what you should have. There's a touch of liquid, the meat and veggies have broken down, it looks really nice. For the last step of the process, add 1/4 cup or 63 milliliters of whole milk. Turn the burner off and mix it into the sauce. At this point, it's a good idea to taste the sauce to see if you need to adjust the seasoning. You can always add additional salt or black pepper if necessary. But that's it. That's how you make the bolognese sauce. Not too difficult, just takes a little time. So now that this is wrapped up, let me show you how to make a quick and easy bechamel sauce. Round up a saucepan, turn the burner up to medium heat, add 4 tablespoons or 56 grams of unsalted butter. Melt the butter down, and then you can reduce the heat to low to medium and sprinkle on the flour. 4 tablespoons or 32 grams. Whisk the flour into the butter, and what this is called, this mixture, is a roux. Frequently whisk and watch the temperature of the pan. If it's too hot, turn it down. You definitely don't want to burn the roux. Gently cook the roux for 2 to 3 minutes. Then you can move on to the next step of the process of adding the liquids, 2 cups or 500 milliliters of milk. Remember those meals that made you feel at home? Well, they're back with the Sauce and Gravy channel's second cookbook, Comfort Foods Made Simply. Filled with scratch-made classics you'll be proud to serve. Creamy sauces, slow-simmered flavor. No cans, no shortcuts, just real cooking. Step-by-step recipes, real ingredients, and QR codes to transport you to free video tutorials to help guide you. Cook with confidence, share with love. These are the meals they'll never forget. See the link in the video's comment and description section to order now. Real comfort starts now. Whisk the milk into the roux. And here's a secret for you to have a lump-free sauce every time. If you pour a cool liquid into a hot roux, or vice versa, a hot liquid into a cool roux, it'll be lump-free every time. Frequently whisk and try to get all of the roux up off the bottom and the sides of the pan. You might want to round up a spatula just to try to get the roux out of the edges of the pan. Gently bring to a simmer over medium heat. Once it starts to simmer, you can reduce the heat down and cook the sauce until it's thick and can coat the back of the spatula or spoon. Check it out, this is the consistency you should be looking for. Whenever you spoon the sauce over the top, you can see a ribbon on the top of the sauce. Now that you've reached a good consistency, you can remove the heat and add some additional flavor. Sprinkle on a touch of nutmeg, a dash of white pepper, and a touch of salt. Give it all a quick stir, and that's it. That's how you make an easy bechamel. Perfect, so now you have your bolognese and your homemade bechamel. Now it's time to make the lasagna. First off, make sure that you've cooked your lasagna sheets per the manufacturer's instructions and place them into cold water. Grab a 9 by 13 inch or 23 by 33 centimeter baking dish. Lightly grease the dish with olive oil and then add 1 layer of bolognese sauce to the bottom of the dish. Top the sauce with the lasagna sheets. Generally, you'll use 3 sheets. I'm using homemade pasta, but the important thing is to just cover that sauce with a full layer of pasta. Add 2 to 3 ladles full of the bolognese sauce on top of the pasta. Try your best to evenly spread it out over the top. Now you'll add 3 ladles full of the bechamel sauce. Sprinkle on a few handfuls of freshly grated Parmesan. Add some mozzarella. If you're using the ball like this, you can evenly space it throughout the dish. If you're using shredded mozzarella, just sprinkle it over the top. So that's it. Now you'll start over. You'll add another layer of pasta and repeat the full process until you have 4 layers of pasta. Once you've reached the 4th layer of pasta, top it with the remaining portion of the bolognese sauce. Spread it out as evenly as possible over the top. Add a few handfuls of Parmesan cheese. Cover with foil and bake in a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit, 176 Celsius for 40 minutes. After the 40 minutes are up, you can take it out of the oven and remove the foil. Add a good amount of mozzarella cheese to the top, and then you can put it back into the oven for additional 10 to 15 minutes. And that's all there is to it. That's how you make a delicious lasagna with a homemade bolognese and bechamel sauce. Let it rest for about 5 minutes, and then you can dive in and enjoy. Thank you so much for watching the Sauce and Gravy channel. Hope that you found this recipe helpful. If you did, hit that like button. And if you like sauces and gravies and you're not a subscriber quite yet, smash that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the all notifications bell to stay tuned to the latest and greatest sauce making tips and techniques. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you on Saturday at 11 Eastern Time in the morning. Until then, keep whisking, y'all.